Hey, happy day. I want to talk a little bit about sleep and probably the importance of sleep. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Today is day 506 of What's She Up To Now? Of course, she being my initials, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. And I've just been documenting the journey of what I have been doing as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. And again, I think I've mentioned a few times, I thought it would be this quick and easy journey and transition. And it's turned out I wasn't ready for a quick and easy transition because I don't do anything that is just quick and easy. I do a lot of things that are quick, but I never seem to make them easy enough on myself. And sleep is one of those things. Sleep, for me, if I think about my pattern of sleep, I, for the most part of my life, slept maybe 4 hours a night. I've always been and probably more than that, probably 6 or 7, probably longer than that when I was younger, when I don't remember. But for the most part, I've never gotten a lot of sleep. I've never felt like I needed a lot of sleep up to when I had a sudden cardiac arrest. And that's when I totally massively changed my sleep patterns. And I started actually getting 7 or 8 hours of sleep a night. Now, in the last couple of days, I slept 4 hours one night, 2 hours the next night. And last night, I don't know how many hours I slept, but a whole lot because I kept falling asleep. I'm like, all right, 6 hours in 2 days, totally not enough sleep for me. And I had a reason for not sleeping, but it's, it was just because I was running, doing, and I could have made different choices and said, no, I don't want to do that. But I find myself more dependent on other people these days. And so I end up having to go with the flow of things. And sometimes that means I end up staying up later than I should because I'm going with the flow and I'm dependent on other things and other sources of getting around and doing things. Another long story, but it has to do with sleep. So I actually slept until 6 o'clock this morning. I know. I felt like such a rebel. Isn't that funny? Ooh, I slept until 6 o'clock this morning. I'm sure some of you are just like, are you nuts? I haven't gotten up at 6 o'clock in a single day in my life. But I think I've shared, I've always been a morning person. I've always been I get up early in the morning person. So to me, no matter what time I go to bed, I don't know why, but even in college, if I had been out partying the night before and was totally hungover, I was still up by absolutely the latest was like 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't remember, unless I've been bedridden, which I have been at certain times in my life, being in bed after 9 o'clock in the morning. It's not my thing. I'm not a sleep person. It's kind of like talking on the phone. I am not a person that will talk on the phone to you. I'll sit and talk to you in video conferencing all day long or on calls where we're troubleshooting together like that, and I will Voxer with people. But as far as just chatting on the phone, drives one of my sisters nuts, but it's just not my thing. Just like sleeping in the morning is not my thing. But we need to, as much as we fight it, and especially we women, we need to get enough sleep. We need to take care of ourselves. And the bad thing about sleep is you can't catch up on it. So even though I slept a lot and got a lot of sleep, last night and today, into this morning, I still feel a little bit sluggish and lethargic because I know that I can't catch up on sleep. You need to sleep. Human beings, our bodies are miraculous, but they need to sleep every day. They need to sleep. I don't know if it's 7 or 8 hours. I will contend it's different for each of us because I've gone a long time on, 5, 6 hours sleep was optimal. As long as I could get 5 hours sleep or 6 hours sleep, I was, running on all 8 cylinders or how many ever cylinders I happen to have. I kind of think I'm a 12-cylinder car sometimes, if they even make those anymore. You can tell I don't know anything about cars or vehicles, right? Totally not my thing. As long as it gets me from point A to point B, it's awesome. And I haven't driven for a couple of years, so it doesn't matter. So what's going on? What am I working on as I transition from, offline businesses to online businesses? And today, of course, I'm working still on the 90-day challenge, doing a 90-day influencer live video challenge every day for 90 days with the amazing sexy boss, Heather Ann Havenwood. And I don't know that there's two people that could be more different, but in some ways we're a lot alike, but more different. I mean, she's this beautiful, tall, Texan blonde, vivacious, sexy woman, and then you got pajama grandma, right? So and I'm like a nerdy engineer grandma. It's an interesting mix, right? But it's working out really, really well. It's exciting. It's a fun project. and today I'm starting a new phase. What I'm doing is I'm teaching throughout the 90-day challenge how to do a sideways presentation, how to break down what you would normally do like in a speaking gig or on a coaching call or on a webinar or in a sales presentation, how to break that down into daily videos piece by piece by piece. And I'm teaching Russell Brunson's perfect webinar formula. It's not just for webinars, it's for everything. I've seen him do it over a 4-day event. I've seen him use it for everything. And many of his students, Stephen Larson being the master, do the same thing. Stephen creates, year-long launches and projects using this exact same formula. Russell does the same thing. And actually more than year-long. I think they're working on the One Funnel Away Challenge is a prime example of that. And it is spread out. This is the second year they've been doing it. So, and again, the Funnel Hacker Live events, every single one of those events is a perfect webinar or a perfect presentation or a perfect event, whatever you want to call it. It's a formula. It's a framework that they use over and over and over again. And I want to teach everybody in the 90-day challenge that formula, that format, that framework, so that it becomes automatic and you're just using it naturally and it's easy. So we're breaking it down. We're starting the second part of that. I call it 4 phases when I'm doing it of the presentation. The first phase is when you share your origin story and you talk about and use all of these same steps to present where you're coming from, why you're coming from, why you're the right person to talk about this, all that. Then the second phase is talking about your solution, your new opportunity, your new vehicle, your new way of helping them solve the problem that you presented in your origin story. And that is the topic of the whole presentation or event or whatever. Then we're going to go through that for the next several days. Then after that, we're going to talk about what are the internal beliefs and objections that you have that have to be overcome in order for you to know that now that I've proven to you that this solution works for other people, now in the next phase, I have to prove that it'll work for you and that you can do it too. Then in the final phase, it's all about external factors and things outside of us that we think or believe might prevent us from actually being successful with the thing that we've discussed. That might sound a little convoluted, but that's what I'm working on. That's the sideways presentation framework that I'm laying out in the 4 phases during the 90-day challenge. And we're through the first phase, we're into the second phase, starting it today, and it'll go for probably 5 or 6 days, then the internal 5 or 6 days, then the external 5 or 6 days. And I might sprinkle in some short-term strategies and tactics or trainings in between the phases just to mix it up a little bit. And I know everybody wants this balance of short-term strategies and tactics and tips and tricks mixed with long-term framework and strategy. And most people think that they want all of these tactics and short-term things because that's going to be what they build their business on, but they don't work. Yep, they give you a short-term bump in sales or a short-term, get the phone ringing or whatever, but they aren't a tactic. You can't build your entire business on a tactic or a strategy. Now, there's a lot of people out there selling people tactics and strategies as if they could build their entire business on that. And I buy and study and research and apply different people's tactics and strategies all the time. But I know that that's what they are. It's a short-term tactic and strategy that I can use to build my business, but it's not the foundation on which I can build my business and think that it's going to survive long term. Now, I'll give an example, a personal example. I do challenges all the time. I've been doing challenges for decades. I love challenges. I will do a challenge to give myself a short-term bump or to teach somebody how to get a short-term influx of customers. I've done 30-day challenges. I've done all different length challenges, but challenges to get more customers or clients coming to you, to me, or to other people in their businesses. I've done it for my own business, and I teach people how to do it the same. But I am not proposing that you just should constantly run your 5-day challenge over and over and over again as your strategy to build the framework of your business and have that be your long-term process for adding customers to your business, bringing leads into your business. Now, there are a lot of people out there that sell that to you as the be-all and end-all solution of how you're going to always have customers coming to you. And, you can do that, but it's not a long-term way of building your business. It's a quick way of bringing people in and you can run it over and over again, but it isn't going to do anything for you if you don't have the foundation and the framework of your business in place, so that as those people come in, you are offering them and providing them, it's like marketing. Marketing is one piece of our business. Online people and online business gurus will tell you and lead you to believe that all you have to do is market and then everything else will take care of itself. That's so not true. And that's setting people up for failure. Yep, marketing is a very important piece of our business, but it isn't the whole business. You have to have a product or system or service that you deliver. You have to deliver it. You have to have quality. You have to have, all the other components and functions of a business that are important to provide people with what it is you're promising them in your marketing messages. Yeah, can you make a little bit of money and a lot of money short-term really fast by promising people things that you can't deliver on? Yep, you sure can, but guess what? You're not going to be in business very long if you can't deliver, if you can't have the framework of everything that you need to actually run a business in place. Then the marketing is of no consequence. And again, I don't argue with, I just beg to differ with people that just present marketing as the be all and end all of life. And usually it's people that are teaching marketing and the marketing courses that they're teaching, and for them, that is their be all and end all, because they're all in the realm of marketing. But marketing will not be the answer to everything that you need in your business. Again, it's kind of a different approach on the online world than other people take, but that's because I've seen so many people crash and burn thinking that all they have to do is mark the living daylights out of an online course that doesn't really provide the solutions and the answers of what people need. And again, that's I'm getting off topic because that's probably not the same thing. So teaching the sideways presentation in the video, the daily video format for people. And so that'll be what I'm working on for the next probably 3 weeks, which is cool. Today is day 46 of that. It's been really fun. I love doing things like that. Again, it's probably too much for most people. I understand that, but I'm not looking for most people. We're looking for people that want to become influencers in 90 days, want to become an influencer in 30 days, not in 3 years or 5 years or 10 years or what it takes a lot of people to become an influencer or to become a leader in their area, their industry, their market. So working on that. It's a day of the week. I don't have my amazing 4-year-old granddaughter, so I'm working on a couple of projects and team projects and projects with customers and clients. Saturdays and Sundays are my days to do that now that I'm hanging out with that amazing little girl. So that's what's going on. That's what I'm working on. And I'm pretty good on sleep. I feel like I'm pretty good on sleep now that I've started talking. So I think I'll be okay on sleep, but I will not go on 2 hours anymore, And is a lot of that self-imposed? Was it self-imposed? Absolutely, because I've created habits where I like to do certain things certain times of the day to make sure that I'm meeting commitments to myself. And nobody's making me do those things. It's 100% my choice, but maybe sometimes I need to be a little more flexible in my choices, like this morning, and say, okay, you get to sleep until 6 o'clock because you need more sleep. And you're not going to be good to anybody if you don't get enough sleep. Can't help people if I'm sleeping, right? Well, actually, I can help people in my sleep because I've created online courses and things that deliver 24/7, even when I'm sleeping. Anyway, I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. It looks like we're going to have rain today, so I don't mind working and doing the things that I need to do. I don't know how you are, but I love working when it's rainy or snowy or crappy outside. I one time ago trained myself to like working when it's yucky out. So get enough sleep, take care of yourself. That's always number one. I mean, we don't appreciate it until it's gone. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.